Hey, how you doing? This is Tom. This is Tom's Radio Room Show, and I have had one bad week, and I don't want to dwell on it too much. That's not really what this channel is about, my bad week. I'll just touch on a few things that have gone wrong. Monday, my old 1997 SUV Ford Explorer broke down. I was at a Wendy's and wouldn't start when I came out, and it turned out to be a fuel pump and an alternator. They both went bad at the same time. The alternator has been acting up for a while, but the fuel pump was a new problem. And the end of that story is $1,000 in repair for a 1997 Explorer, which I love. But anyway, then there were several other problems this week, and it just kept accumulating, and it ended up, and I was so busy fixing these problems, I haven't had a chance to do a show. My master computer that I had used for many years that was kind of become antiquated, I got it updated by a friend of mine, and I was using it initially to play high-resolution games. And a couple of days ago, I couldn't get Steam to start, the program where you can buy games and stuff like that. It wouldn't start. And I fooled around. Anyway, the conclusion on that was the hard drive, which is the D drive that had all the games, everything on, died. It was one that the friend that did the upgrade for me, took it from another computer, gave it to me. It was working fine. It died. So I've had to rebuild that computer. That was another thing. And there's many of them that I don't even remember, and I don't want to remember, and I'm rambling too much anyway. The last thing was this morning I went to do this show, and when I talked into the microphone, I had feedback from the speakers. Now that's been acting up a little bit for a couple of weeks since a Windows upgrade, which not only did that, it changed all my desktop color settings and everything, and so I've been struggling through that. I thought I had it licked. I did a show last weekend. I thought it was cured. Still was crazy, and what happens is I'm talking in the microphone, and it's coming out the speakers, and it's I can hear myself in the background, very annoying. It doesn't actually echo, but it does do that. So after trying many things this morning for about 2 hours, I decided to unplug the speakers from the back of the computer, and there's a jack in the front. And therefore, I can do the crude thing of when I'm doing a recording, which I hope this is working, I just unplug the speakers, and I don't know. I've done the Windows troubleshooting. When you plug in something, this particular computer has some NVIDIA audio controls running, and it'll pop up and say, "Oh, you just plugged in this." I think that might be interacting with the Windows 10, the latest Windows 10 update. I think that's what the problem is. So, okay, moving on. I think by unplugging the speakers, this is working. Now I'm going to check something real quick, and I'm going to go to OBS, and it does show the microphone is working, and I don't hear anything in the speakers because I've unplugged them. Oh, the other thing weird was when I had the speakers plugged in the back, one of the things I tried was to just turn the volume down on the speakers. When I did that, the microphone input volume went down too. So that wasn't the answer. So I'm using a very crude method of unplugging the speakers this morning. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Let's get going here. I'll put in the description of this video where the actual show starts. And all this babbling, you don't skip over it. Okay, what I discovered about 2 weeks ago via a email from one of my users group is something called amateur radio high altitude ballooning. I really didn't know about this, and I still don't know much. So I'm looking for inputs from my users, and whether you want me to even research this some more and get some more information, because I haven't researched it a lot because of all these problems this week. Anyway, what it is amateur radio operators build a little transmitting device that can provide, for instance, an ID, probably in code, and position where the balloon is. And they launch it. And I don't know the restrictions, how big it can be, what altitude. Now here's the website about it. And it's this is called ARHAB, Amateur Radio High Altitude Ballooning. And I think it started in Europe. And it says it is the study and use of high-altitude balloons to explore near space. Near space is the region of atmosphere between 60,000 feet and the acceptable boundary of space at 328,000 feet. I have not found, and it's just because I haven't done my homework, I haven't found if there's any restrictions. But you can go on YouTube. Let me see, where's my YouTube? Okay, here's my YouTube page, and I just did a search on amateur radio balloon, and there's a whole bunch of videos where these amateur radio operators are launching a balloon, and they're different sizes. Here's one that's pretty big right here. And then I had a page. Okay, I got another page. Hold on a second. So you can do a search on YouTube and find out videos about what this is all about. I did find another page called we go to the top, the Naval Academy Amateur Radio Balloon Experiments. And I think that's over in Europe. Daily, I don't know where Daily is. Probably in Europe. And there's some good pictures, like here's one. This is a little Pico transmitter with some solar cells to provide power. Here's one of the balloons. I can say vary in size. This is about a little bigger than the balloons, party balloons you can get from like Dollar Tree or something like that. Here is a tracking program. That's the link I got. I got a link to this tracking program, which I'll show you in a second. So you can actually track these things. Or you can watch where they're going, and amateur radio operators are tracking it. They hear it, and then they provide the information from the little transmitter, which gives the location. And some more information, lots of information on this page to give you some idea. Here's one. Here's a little circuit inside of a plastic bottle. Here's a track of a particular balloon. Here's where they found it, which you could do. You could track these, and you can hear them. They're transmitting on certain frequencies. Like for instance, right here, this one says it's the FM CW downlink is at 433.72 megahertz. So you can track them on your radio. There's another one. Lots of information on this webpage. So this is where you can go to learn about it, and a lot more information than I know about even now. So the link I got in email was to this website, which is a tracking program. And this is real time, or approximately real time. And these are a bunch of balloons that are up and I can zoom out here. You can show them. They're all over the world. Like I say, it's really predominant over in Europe, more so than the United States, but still predominant United States. And I think this is also showing, I'm not sure exactly what kind, but probably an amateur radio repeater. This is the only one I see in Florida is in Orlando, so there must be a repeater that is linked to these balloons, I'm assuming. Again, I'm just learning. and I just wanted to touch base on this. Like I say, if you're interested, I can delve in it to more and do some more shows. All right, so, oops, let me zoom back out. So at the time that I received the email, which was a couple weeks ago now, this, I think it was this one, maybe it was a different one, because so many, and of course they go up, and then I think one video said that depending on the balloon, they might go so high in altitude that the pressure makes a balloon break and it falls to earth. There's other ones, like if I go back here, not there, here. If I go back up here, maybe like this one here. If I go back, oh, that is the top. I am having a terrible week. There was one picture of a big balloon, and now I can't find it. Oh, I know where it was. It was over here. See, here's a big balloon, almost like what the government uses, or NOAA uses. So this could probably stay up there a long time. I don't know what determines when they're going to fall. Oh, like here's one that says a high altitude balloon burst. I guess that one got too high in altitude and the pressure was too much. Also, some of these actually have, and I think of this one right here, this video right here, has an onboard video that is either captured, and then when they recover it, they can take out the memory card and then view it, or it's transmitting. I don't think it's transmitting, so I don't think you can see the video live. Here's the one I was talking about. Here's the big balloon, and here's a different output. And you can go on and find out what launches are coming up. So let's go back here to the tracker. So this is a real-time tracker. Excuse me. I could not find, excuse me, let me get a drink. Okay. I still haven't got my voice cleared, but in the morning, excuse me, Josh, I hate doing that on the air. In the morning, my sinuses start draining, especially when I start talking. That's what I'm suffering right now. Anyway, I couldn't find any documentation on this website. What are these, what's going on here? Like, what is this listing over here? I think what it is this is one it either picked or I picked somehow, this particular balloon. And then here's all the other balloons. And you can see there's a lot of them. And I think this is this the balloons just in the view I've got. Let me see if I change the view, the number changes. I'll zoom in. Nope, it must be all the balloons that are being tracked at this time. I think this is a representation of the altitude. Again, I can't find any documentation on this webpage. What it does, how to set it up, what's the options. If you know anything, again, leave a comment. This is let me see if I can go back and show you the original website. Probably can't. Yes, I can. Okay, I can. I'm going to open another page to the main website that this is on. It's called habhub.org. So let's go habhub. Whoops. Help if I could type. H-A-B-H. I forgot already. God. I am so disorganized. That's not even the right page. Oh, here it is. habhub.org. I don't want to go to the tracker page. I want to go to the original page. Come on. There we go. HabHub. HabHub is the home of high altitude balloon tools from UK HAS base tracking system, as well as other tools. So this is where you go. This is a tracker. There's a wiki, predictor, landing predictor, burst calculator, and then you can install a program called DL-FLDigi. FLDigi is a decoding program for amateur radio operators, and this is a specific one for tracking the HAB, so you can track yourself on your radio these balloons. Let's go back to the okay, so these are balloons up in the air, and you can click on this is the position and track. So like, here's a track right here. This balloon is moved this much, and I think this was the one that I originally logged on to this website and saw it, and it was like over here. So you can track back in time. You can show the track back in time. So I can say instead of the last 1 day, I can say the last 3 days, and it'll update. It's updated. This little symbol here shows you that it's updating. And now you can see that these things go a long ways in just 3 days. So like this one, I think this one like started from here, went over here, and then went back over here. Okay, so this is not the one I saw last week, because this came from here down this way, and the one I saw last week was, at the time I looked at it, was like over here someplace, and it continued across here, and I guess it's down. Now, speaking of down, the other thing is you can track these things, and one might come down where you're at, and you can go get it and contact the people that put it up in the air and see if they want you to send it to them or whatever. I mean, to me, this sounds pretty interesting, especially when shortwave listening is in the toilet. So check it out. Again, this is at tracker.habhub.org, and you can move this around. You know, like I say, seems to be really predominant over here, because you can see a lot of them over here. And if I come over here and I zoom in, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 just in that area. And what's interesting also is like this one here. Let me zoom out. Look at that one there. Look at the track of it. In just 3 days. The track of this one. And then the track of this one. And then you can click on it, and I think it will give you, let me go back to the top. Whoop. Okay, I thought maybe I have to click up here. Yeah, click on something. Again, I haven't found any instructions for this website. If you can find them, great. I did click on this question mark, and it gave me this welcome screen, and it's got a link to balloon tracking guide. Let me just try it again, because I tried it before and it was like, it doesn't really tell me what I wanted to know. It doesn't like, yeah, well, this is the beginner's guide to tracking using this DL-FI-Digi. So that's where you track these balloons on your radio. And down here shows you different radios you can use. You can use SDR dongle and this program. So you can track them by yourself via your radio, instead of using this. Let me go back. Instead of using this website. Kind of cool. I would be really, really excited if I saw one of these balloons that was coming down, at least in Florida. Now, I ain't going to travel no 200 miles to go find it out in the woods someplace. But if it came down, say, within 50 miles of me, and it was in an area that was accessible, because there's a lot of areas in Florida which are just woods, deep woods, and you can't easily get into it. But if I had one of those come down, boy, I'd be excited to go try to find it. Anyway, I can't believe how long this video is. If you have any more information, or if you want me to get you more information, I will do so. Please let me know in a comment, or you can send me an email to TRRS73@gmail.com, providing my email hasn't crashed like everything else this week. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll try to put that time when I get past the babbling in the description so you can skip. Oh, I just knocked my microphone at it over. Oh gosh, what a day. Anyway, I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. This is not one of my better shows. Bye-bye.